Ravi, Sip Raji, Sip Premchandji, Sip Lakshmi, Sip Sudeep, Sip Tina, Sip Karan, Sip Shunya, Sip Bliko, Sip Ace, Sip Dasi, Sip iPhone, Sip Will, Sip Vanita, Sip Sukeshni, Sip Rajendra. And I can see many people on a Sunday evening slowly coming onto the call. So today I want to ask you a question. And the question is this. When you look around, people, are people happy? When you look around people, are people happy? When I asked somebody said, no, sir, I am very poor, sir. I have a money problem. Somebody said, sir, I have a lot of money. I'm tensed how to take care of my money. Some men have problem with wife, some wife have problem with the man. Some people have problem with their children, some children have problem with their parents. And some people have problem with their neighbors. Some people have problem with dogs. But everybody has problems. Everybody seems to be suffering this samsar, as Buddha said, this samsar is dukkha. Anybody coming to this samsar is dukkha. So, and in this call, we talked of sukha. In this call, we are all the time talking about bliss and peace and happiness. How? How to reach that state of peace and happiness? I'm just giving an opening to today's. Anjali is starting the call. Anjali will be the first question on Sunday, Ask AiR open session. But we have this Ask AiR to reach that state of eternal happiness, spiritual awakening, enlightenment, gives you bliss in truth consciousness. But how many people are able to attain that state of eternal bliss, that state of happiness? So let us start. We have got Anjali and Meenakshi. Anjali.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
Guruji, I wanted to ask you, what was your daily practice which led you to realization?
Daily practice cannot lead to realization. Daily practice was, I was constantly in yoga. I was constantly in dhyana yoga, meditation, bhakti yoga, devotion, karma yoga, action, jnana yoga, education. I was constantly in yoga. And that yoga led me out of bhoga. But just being in yoga did not cause that anubhuti, that experience, that awakening. It was searching. It was constantly hammering, constantly hammering the rock. And when you kept on asking, I think probably it was mumukshutva, probably it was jigyasa. This is what Anjali, we have been speaking as the 8 stages of awakening, of enlightenment. I don't know whether you are paying attention to those 8 stages. But the practices are, for example, if I was dancing all day and drinking all day, and there was no chance of me being in this state of enlightenment. Enlightenment is the realization I'm not the body, mind, ego. It comes as a spark. It comes as a flash to you.
Yeah, but Guruji, what type of meditation were you doing?
No, just silence.
So to try and keep your mind absolutely still?
Yes, trying to engage the mind in jnana yoga, trying to engage the mind in karma yoga, trying to do bhakti yoga. There's no chance of bhoga. I tried my best to make sure that there is no bhoga. This was the goal, that I tried to constantly see the mind in yoga. The mind doesn't exist. If you are genuinely in yoga, in that state of yoga, then the mind is still. Then there is no mind. There is consciousness. There's chit. So you want to be in that state of chit. Chit is consciousness, thoughtlessness, mindfulness, awareness. You need to be.
How did you get to that state? Were you concentrating on your breathing, or what other method were you using?
Exactly, I'm telling you. By concentrating on your breathing, you cannot be in meditation. You can be for a few minutes. but you cannot be in a state of eternal, because you can be meditation for a few minutes. But if you engage in bhakti, in mantra jap, if you engage in karma yoga, if you engage in jnana, suppose you start reading a book for 2 hours, you don't need to be breathing. You can be busy reading the Upanishads for 2 hours and you can be in a state of meditation. So
Okay.
don't try to do formal meditation. It doesn't work. Formal meditation is okay for a few minutes just to be still. But engage your thought into something deeper, into bhakti, into jnana, into karma. Suppose you are in a charitable home, you're serving poor people on the street for 1 hour. There's no time to think. Your entire concentration is serving the poor. Okay?
Okay.
So, Meenakshi, thank you. I hope I'm clear, but otherwise you can ask me again. Meenakshi and Ruth Anu. Meenakshi
Hello.
and Ruth. Yes.
Hi, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
Meenakshi.
I'm stuck in a situation right now, so I just want to clarify that. Actually, the thing is, my husband brought a dog in home, and I love dogs, but not before 2 days. I was like animal phobia I had, but now from 2 days I loving that dog. But the thing is, like हमारे यहाँ पे कहते हैं कि लाइक डॉग को घर में थोड़ी रखा जाता है डॉग तो जो चीज जिसके लिए बनी है लाइक उनके लिए संसार है पूरा दुनिया है और फिर हम मोह भी उनसे इतना रखने लग जाते हैं तो दैट बाइंड्स अस इनटू अ कर्मा तो मैं उस सिचुएशन में क्या करूं अब मैं मेरे हस्बैंड को मना कर रही हूँ तो ही इज लाइक मेरी कोई केयर नहीं करता यू डोंट लव मी एंड ऑल
तो
लाइक
क्या
तो
प्रॉब्लम है? घर में डॉग रखने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
नो बट द थिंग इज उससे
Unmute her. Unmute her. Unmute. Meenakshi. हाँ,
नो
बोलो.
आई वाज नॉट एबल टू सो द थिंग इज उससे अटैचमेंट होएगा बहुत ज्यादा अटैचमेंट हो रही है मुझको
Attachment मत हो. You be detached. You love the dog with detachment. क्या attach? क्यों attachment? मेरा एक कुत्ता था 8 साल के बाद मर गया. That was my biggest love of my life. The dog was the love of my life. The dog died. तो क्या करूं? एक सेकंड उसको हाथ जोड़ के खत्म हो गया. क्रिमेशन हो गया.
फिर दूसरा ये भी गीता वगैरह में भी यही लिखा है कि नहीं मतलब जो चीज जिसके लिए है अब लाइक डॉग घर में रखने के लिए नहीं है
ना, ये गलत बात है. ये गीता में नहीं लिखा है कि कुत्ता को नहीं पालना है. I don't think गीता में नहीं लिखा है. How can it be written like that? We interpret in a wrong way. You should not, for example, take a dog and lock it in your toilet and make it suffer. No, if you're loving a dog, you're taking a dog and you're loving the dog, क्या problem है? हमारे ऑफिस में 8 कुत्ते हैं.
अच्छा
Without a dog teaches us the meaning of unconditional love.
yes.
Dog is a very, I always say if you have a DOG, you can become closer to GOD.
yes.
Dog में God देखो. Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Ruth Anu. So today I gave you all the subject being opening on open talk on Sunday. Don't you feel there is suffering everywhere in this world? But how come for us there is no suffering? How come we are able to overcome this suffering? Ruth Anu, but this is today's open session. I'm just giving some thought to you today. Ruth Anu.
Shivoham Guruji.
Yes, sir. Boliye.
Guruji, your book Happiness is Success is very good actually. It is as if you are talking to us. And one question I wanted to ask you. When we are happy, time goes very fast. We don't even come to know the time goes. But when we have problems, it seems like time has stopped. It is not moving only. Bye, Guruji.
It's always like that. Happy moments pass very fast. And sad moments don't pass, because in happy moments, the time flies. जैसे बोलते हैं, you don't even realize you're watching. Suppose you're watching a good movie. You're watching a good movie, before you know it, the movie is over. But same thing, you're watching one bizarre movie. Every scene, you're so bizarre with that movie. You're just looking at the clock and saying, "Kabhi khatam ho gaya, bakwas picture hai, kabhi khatam ho." So you're with a good friend. You're with a good friend. Your time, ek ho gaya 1 ghanta, 2 ghanta. Same thing, somebody sucking your blood. There's somebody who just some neighbor आ जाता है जो तुम्हारे को खून चूसता है. That person just then you keep on every 1 minute looks like 1 घंटा हो गया, 1 घंटा, 1 minute हुआ, 1 घंटा हो गया, ऐसा लगता है. So this is how it is, right? So if you start, the solution is enjoy what you're doing. Then you will not feel like that. And what you're not enjoying, don't do it. That is the secret of this, right? So open house today. Who has got any question
you,
today to ask? Today we have got open house. Krishna. Yes, Krishna.
Yeah, Shivoham sir.
Yes, Shivam, bolo.
Sir, yesterday's question actually I did not understand because my connection had snapped. I did not hear Rajiv speaking.
Very
But
good.
today I heard again, it was so beautiful. But I have a comment to make on this. It was such
Yes.
a beautiful answer and हम लोग जो इतना evident है हम लोग वो answers नहीं दिख पाता है in spite of knowing. So मुझे
क्या
लगा
answer
कि
है?
it
बोलो.
was such a beautiful answer.
बोलो
But I
क्या
have
answer
a
है?
answer is if mind and ego doesn't exist, then there is no life. There is no मतलब फिर there is no rebirth.
हाँ.
फिर उसके बारे में क्यों सोचना है?
So the mind and ego don't exist, there's no rebirth.
Then
When
there
the
is no
mind
rebirth.
and ego don't exist, how can there be rebirth? So answer क्या है?
There is no rebirth.
And when the mind and ego exist,
मतलब if only you think that your mind and ego exist in ignorance, then only there is rebirth. But your
simple
question
है
is
ना?
in mind.
Simple है. When the
Simple है.
mind and ego, when the mind,
But I, yeah. But my
when,
question is, it's a comment I want to make. पहले हमको ना answers नहीं समझते थे. Answers were very complicated. Now the answers are simple. Your questions are very complicated.
क्या question complicated है? Simple है ना question. When the mind and ego
हाँ,
don't,
हमको. Yeah.
the question teases you. That's all.
Right, right. So it answers to your opening comments also about suffering. It is actually मुझे लगता है कि हमारा attitude है towards suffering. If you feel you are
Absolutely.
suffering, you suffer. If you feel it is okay, it's okay.
There is no need to suffer in this world.
Right,
There is no
right.
need to suffer. You can
Yeah,
live a
yeah.
life of bliss, of ananda, of satchit anand. We are causing suffering. We
Really,
are
sir, really.
creating. You know, there is no need to suffer. Just today, 1 hour back, somebody did exactly opposite of what I wanted. And normally I would get so upset at that situation. Today I'm laughing. I'm laughing that somebody did the opposite of what always I used to get upset. Somebody did opposite of what I wanted. I normally get upset. Today I started laughing. Because what is the point of getting upset? Meaning नहीं है,
Yes,
मतलब
yes,
नहीं है.
yes, yes, sir. बहुत बहुत changes है हमारे life में भी. Unnecessary we waste time on that. Thank you, sir. so
Because
much.
we should not, our life is too precious. Many people don't realize that the life is too precious for us to waste it in suffering. And one more thing, I don't know, I asked my team to find out. Many people think that because of problems, they can't be happy. No, just
Right,
because
right.
there are problems, you don't have to be unhappy.
Correct.
Just because you have problems, you don't have to be unhappy. You can have problems and you can still be happy.
Right.
Okay, so the question we asked yesterday was, when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? They can't.
Right.
So what's the
They can't,
answer?
and
When the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? They can't. And
They
if they
cannot.
exist, they will.
Yeah. And later
That's all.
Vanita explained to me. I didn't ask Vanita, what was the answer? I did not understand anything. Then she explained to me.
It was very
such a
simple.
simple answer.
It is too simple. And within 40 minutes, we could not get the answer easily. It is so simple answer.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Good. Krishan Bliko Bliss. Krishan
Shivam
Bliko
Guruji,
Bliss. Yes, sir.
I want to understand that ABCD concept,
क्या है?
which accept without protest,
Yeah,
be in
in
consciousness.
life, you must live with A, B, C, D. हाँ? हम जब बच्चे थे हम क्या बोलते थे? A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, D for dog. कुछ भी ऐसे बोलते dog. So
Yes.
you have to live with A even till your last breath. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. What is A, B, C, D? जो भी हो रहा है, accept it without protest. क्यों? Because जो हो रहा है वो कर्म के हिसाब से हो रहा है. Everything is happening as per karma. Clear?
Yes. Clear, sir.
After you accept, don't sit down and don't sit like a statue. Do your best. B stands for best. Do your best, 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 best. Best and best. Don't do less than best.
Okay.
C means in consciousness. C is consciousness, surrender. Consciously surrender. Be in that consciousness and surrender. क्यों surrender करना है? After doing your best, you cannot control the result.
Okay.
We have got a right on the deed, but we do not have a right on the result of that deed. तुम्हें कर्म करने का तुम्हें अधिकार है, लेकिन कर्म के फल की इच्छा करने का अधिकार नहीं है. ये भगवत गीता में शायद लिखा है शायद.
Yes, yes. कर्म करो, फल की इच्छा मत करो.
And D means live as a divine instrument. You are not Dr. Krishan Singh Kalam. You are a soul. You are a spark of unique life. You are a divine instrument. Live as that, as a divine instrument. Don't live as the ego I. ये ego I problem है. I का problem, सबसे बड़ा problem क्या है? I. ये I problem करता है.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Got it? A, B, C, D. Okay, good.
Yes.
Good question. Bliko, please. Meenakshi. Bliko.
Yeah, Shivam,
Shivam.
everybody. I have just comment. So, like you in the beginning, you said happiness, right? About why people are not happy. So, it is like, nobody can make you unhappy if you are ready to become unhappy, right? Because
Nobody can make you unhappy.
if you are not ready to become unhappy.
Correct. You are right. If you
Right,
refuse
because
to be
happiness-
unhappy,
Yeah, my happiness depends upon me. If I want to be happy, be happy.
correct.
There is no
The
need
whole
to do
world-
happiness.
The whole world can be miserable, but you can still be happy if you want to be
Be
happy.
happy, yeah.
And the
Then
whole
fire
world
out-
can be happy. The whole world can be happy, and you can be miserable if you want to be miserable.
Yeah, correct. If there is a party, people are dancing, but you are crying in one
Yeah.
corner. Possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there is
Possible.
another thing which you told before also, that if you have a problem, you have to think that who is the person who doesn't have problem
Correct.
in the world. Problem is everywhere with everybody, and in small or bigger, the problems are there. Now, you already said that if and problem makes you worry, right? And when you are thinking about problem will lead you to worry, and worry will
Correct.
make you unhappy. So the if there is a solution, why to worry? Like you said, right? And if there is a solution, why to worry? And if there is no solution, why to worry?
Bliko, the
Yeah.
spirituality that we talk of gives a very simple answer. Today, suppose something, as you and me are talking, something goes wrong in front of
Wrong.
us. If we
Correct.
understand we have to accept it because it is karma,
Correct.
then we will not protest. We will accept. And what Kalam
ABCD
said,
works.
ABCD. Then after
Works.
accepting, you do your best. And after
That's
doing
right.
your best, you surrender in consciousness.
Whatever
And
happens,
finally, it's a drama. You be a divine instrument. Sab Maya hai.
Maya.
If you are able to live in the spiritual realization, life is a bliss. Life is ananda.
life is a fun. Yeah, life is a fun, and life is a time pass actually. You just be in your Sachidanand and just enjoy the drama.
But majority people are not enjoying the drama. Majority people have trauma because they don't
they think
realize it's a drama.
drama, correct. They think that everything is real, and what I will do, it will change. Nothing is going to change with your
People
doing
are
your
stressed
work.
out. People are stressed out. When there is a problem, people are stressed out. When there is no problem, people are stressed
Yes.
out. कि क्या
So-
why there is no problem? हाँ, सोच सकता इतना पूरा दिन में कोई problem नहीं था आज. ये तो बड़ा problem है.
I have heard sometime I have read or somewhere that "Hey, God give me more problems so that I can live the life better." Some of the people think like that also. If there is no problem, there is no life, they said.
So good. Any other question, Bliss?
No.
Thank you. Bliss, Meenakshi, Shivani, Meenakshi.
Hello, Shivandi. Shivani,
Yes,
everyone. I would like to know something about me and ego, because sometimes it's not easy to manage the bots, because we are not sure if it's me and ego are there or if I am in consciousness. So what the trick, the astuce to know if I am in mind and ego or in consciousness?
When you are in mind and ego state, then you are attacked by thought. Then there's many thoughts coming to you. That means you are not in consciousness. In consciousness, you are in master of the thought. Your intellect is able to pick a thought like a crystal from a bowl. From a bowl of crystals, you pick one thought. Can you pick from a bowl of crystal? Can you pick one crystal one by one? You can. But can you pick a grain of sand from the beach? You cannot.
No.
So many sand is there. You cannot pick one grain of sand from the beach. So when there is too many thoughts, like many thought, it is mind and ego, me. When there is less thought, then it is consciousness.
Okay, and if I am in bad mood and everything, I can think it's I am in not in consciousness.
Obviously,
But okay,
because
if I am happy and good mood and everything is okay, I am in consciousness.
not necessary, but it is
No?
when you're in good mood, you can still be in mind state. But when you're in bad mood, you cannot be in consciousness state.
Okay.
So in good mood, you can be mind or you can be consciousness. But
Thank you.
in bad mood, only mind, not consciousness.
Okay. Thank you for clarification.
Thank you. Shivani, Sukeshini, and then we are Meenakshi round 2. Shivani.
Yes, I want to ask that you were telling, does enlightened people also get upset?
No, normally no. If
But
they
like
get
you were saying earlier that normally किसी बात पे मैं upset होता था, but
हाँ.
today I was not upset. I saw it differently.
When I was not spiritually awakened, I was to get upset.
Okay, मैं
When I was not spiritually upset, when somebody used to talk to me, I used to get so angry. I used to get so angry. I used to get so upset. Now I laugh. Now तो मैं हंसता हूँ.
But I want to ask, आपको कोई चीज upset नहीं करती क्या आजकल?
ना.
Are you sure?
अपसेट अगर एक सेकंड में मैं होता हूँ तो एक सेकंड के अंदर वापस आ जाता हूँ मैं. मोमेंट में वापस आ जाता हूँ मैं. नॉर्मली मैं अपसेट का होता था. अब आई यूज्ड टू बी अपसेट, then 1 minute, then 5 minutes, then 1 hour, then 2 hours, then 8 hours, then full day, then next day.
Yes.
Now maximum 1 moment.
Okay.
And then you come back to consciousness.
Yes. And I want to share one thing. Day before yesterday, when you told about your video, your interview with Karan Johar.
Yeah.
So that day, one thing really clicked me. The acceptance part. There was something in my life which I was not accepting, And that day, it really just clicked me very deep down. And I just thank you for it. And for many other things, but that thing really clicked me the other day.
So we have to always accept, and then because what is happening or what has happened as per karma, and we should not protest. That is the first step. That is the first step towards awakening. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sukeshini Girish Premchandji. Sukeshini Girish Premchandji.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
I have 3 questions. What is mindfulness?
Mindfulness is to empty the mind. Mindfulness means you are aware, awareness, consciousness, thoughtlessness, different names. But you become mindful. You become mindful means you become conscious. You become mindful that your finger is cut. You did not know your finger was cut, but suddenly your sari is full of blood. Oh, then you become mindful. You become conscious that your finger is cut. This is mindfulness or consciousness or thoughtlessness. You become conscious. Next.
Second is when you said you've gone on Talash. So Talash, you go while you are in Sansar or you have to let go everything and then.
No, you cannot let go of everything. You have to be in samsar, but you have to shut off from the disturbances to go on a talash. You cannot be in a talash and imagine you are trying to find for one sari and there are 4 people in the house who are going on troubling you and troubling you and troubling you. Can you find? So when you are finding something, you need to have that concentration. So in a talash, you don't want disturbance. In the samsar only, but you have to cut off the disturbances.
And that is for God realization or self realization?
I went on a quest for happiness, for purpose, not so much for God realization. I wanted to find out the purpose of life. I wanted to find, actually, I wrote 9 questions, even God. I questioned the existence of God, of life, of death, of birth, of karma, of enlightenment. I had 9 questions. In my book, it's written. I had 9 questions that formed my talash.
And last question, sir. Last week, actually, when I was not well and all, I don't know, somewhere there was a lot of yearning for, consciousness, and I couldn't attend your this, but I was continuously hearing. Was it a greed of? Was I very greedy, or I don't know what?
No, when you are greedy about consciousness or greedy about God or greedy about liberation, that's not called greedy. That is called mumukshutva. That is a positive greed. It's not a negative greed. Greed is bad when it is to do with lust, when it is to do with the world. Suppose you're greedy about food, you're greedy about gold and diamonds, you're greedy about samsara. That is bad. But having greed, having that deep yearning for God, that is not bad at all.
Because this week I can feel there is a lot of peace and calmness with me, and also I started with Shivovam while going to sleep and getting up in the morning.
Very good.
I don't know. There's a lot of
So
peace.
yeah, very good. But there's nothing wrong in yearning for God. We must yearn for God. Okay, nothing wrong. Thank you, Premchand, Rajendra, Sanjay, Girish. Girish got locked out earlier. Girish was not there. Premchand ji, after Premchand ji will take Girish. Yes, after Premchand, Girish. Yes, Premchand ji. Premchand ji, आपका voice नहीं आ रहा.
Pardon?
Now speak. Please speak. Now I can hear you.
1 minute.
I can hear you now.
I am speaking the subject that you explained today. You spoke too much in detail today. But in our life is governed by 3 points. One is
आपका आवाज फिर चले गया. Please speak slowly, please.
अभी नहीं आ रहा.
अभी ठीक है. Slowly बात कीजिए. बोलिए.
First is body and mind. Second is intellect and soul. If we use our intellect towards inclination soul, and we do not listen desires of body mind.
Are you all able to understand, Premchand ji? नहीं आपका आवाज सुनाई नहीं दे रहा. आपका आवाज गार्बल आ रहा है. मतलब बड़ा ऐसा आ रहा है. आपका आवाज सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है.
And there is
just try to switch off your video and try. Please switch off your video and try. Abhi switch off your video and
what
try.
should I do?
Switch off the video. Maybe your signal will become okay. Switch off your video and try. Now speak, Premchand ji.
कर दिया, off कर दिया. Should I speak now?
Now very clear. बोलिए.
Our life is governed by 3 points: body and mind, intellect and soul.
Yes.
If we use our intellect towards inclination towards soul, and we do not listen the desires of the body and mind, it will automatically reduce our pains, and we will day by day we will be towards Sat Chit. Otherwise, other points already spoken in detail.
No, 1 minute. You just because you're using your intellect, it will not happen. When you are switching off the body, mind, and ego, and when you are using the intellect, you will reach a state of realization. When you reach that state of realization, then you will be free from all the misery and you reach Satchidan.
So we are using all the points of the yoga which you have just spoken in detail.
That is okay. But
So,
you
so
need
I thought that we should never listen the desires shown
How-
by matlab body
how
and
you will
mind.
not listen. How you will not listen. They will keep on troubling. Na, mujhe khana chahiye,
Then we,
mujhe ye chahiye, mujhe wo chahiye. They keep on
these,
troubling.
these are the necessities.
But what to do?
But
See,
these are the necessities
yeah.
that you have to fulfill. But otherwise, don't listen.
One person was eating rice. Then I told them, okay, eat rice. They said, I cannot eat the rice. There is no salt. So they spent 2 hours going to the market to bring salt.
Yes, sir.
That person said, without salt, I cannot eat. I will 2 hours. Went to the market, 2 hours, came back with salt and then ate the rice. Thanda ho gaya khana. So, so this is a challenge. Na, when we are under the influence of the body, the mind, then we struggle.
If the mind desires some physical things, then it should avoid it. The intellect should use.
Yeah. So sometimes we have to bypass. We have to bypass the desire of the body and mind. Otherwise, we become unhappy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then the second point is you are already spoken in detail. Accept and surrender.
Accept and surrender is the key principle to happiness. If you don't accept and surrender, you will be unhappy.
Yes, sir.
So we have to accept.
So I was thinking, that we should use intellect only just to gain the advantage towards soul.
You have to use your intellect to realize the truth.
Yes, sir.
It is very important. If you do not use the intellect to realize the truth, then you will not be benefited and all the problems will continue. When the moment there is spiritual awakening, then you are free from all the misery.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhachandji. Girish.
Thank you,
Girish,
sir.
And thank you. After Girish, Rajinder and Sanjay. Yes, Girish. Girish?
Rebirth, that point. ME causing rebirth, that
point. Yeah.
Yes. Even when mind and ego appears, if one is conscious that that appearance is nothing but sip only, it is of no separate existence, then that short time appearance will not cause any rebirth.
Correct.
If we consider that entity is separate, then the mischief starts. Mischief of rebirth.
Correct. So basically what we spoke yesterday was when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? The answer was when the mind and ego don't exist, they can't take rebirth.
పడలే సార్ కూడా సరి ఉండు కార్డు సరి ఉండు.
Okay. Yes, Girish, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When the mind and ego don't exist, they cannot take rebirth. And when they take rebirth means they exist, Dipali. And when they take rebirth means they exist. That's all, as simple as that.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Rajendra ji.
Yes, sir.
Shom Guruji.
Shom, sir.
There's an acronym FHLEP. Philip. I partly know it, partly I don't know it, sir. F means thou shalt be free. H means thou shalt be happy. L means thou shalt love all. E and P, I don't know, sir.
Thou shalt not have expectations.
Thou shalt not know. Okay.
Thou shalt not lose their peace of mind.
Okay, sir.
Thou shalt accept. AMIPS. FHLEP AMIPS.
I say AMIPS.
Thou shalt accept, thou shalt not be miserable. Thou shalt use the intellect.
Intellect.
Thou shalt discover the purpose. and thou shalt live as the divine soul.
Okay.
Next, बता रहे मुझे कैसे याद आ गया, नहीं तो मुझे याद नहीं है.
Sir,
Sanjay,
I because sometimes I revise what you I revise my mind what you have
the
told
10,
sometimes.
these
So
are the
this,
10 commandments of detached attachment. The 10
Yes.
commandments of detached attachment. कभी भी भूल गए तो go to the internet and take it from there.
okay,
Sanjay,
okay.
Sanjay Ben. After Sanjay, Meenakshi, after Meenakshi, Shivali. Shivali Singh.
Shivoham Guru.
Shivoham.
Shivoham Guruji. I
Acha,
have
Jay.
seen your videos of Karan Johar and Jaya ji. Excellent video. सबको वो
Very good.
देखना चाहिए, वो बहुत ही बढ़िया, आनंद
Very
आ
good.
गया वो देखकर.
Very. आपने पूरा
उसमें
वीडियो देखा, करण जोहर का पूरा 1
जी
hour देखा पूरा?
दोनों जिया किशोरी का भी देखा जी, उनका
Very
दोनों
good.
का. सबको
Very
वो
good.
देखना चाहिए, मैं तो कहता हूँ. और
सबको देखना है तो वो उनकी मर्जी है. हम तो बंदूक लगा के नहीं बोलते कि करण जोहर का वीडियो देखो. But
बहुत नॉलेज मिली, बहुत नॉलेज.
वो करण जोहर लगने में प्रोड्यूसर डायरेक्टर है कि ही इज वेरी स्पिरिचुअली इंटरेस्टेड. आपने देखा होगा बहुत इंटरेस्ट है उनको स्पिरिचुअलिटी में.
जी, ये दुनिया अगर मिल भी जाए तो क्या.
हाँ, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. और कोई क्वेश्चन
ये है कि आपने भक्ति योग बताया, ज्ञान योग बताया, आपने कब प्रेम योग आपने थोड़ा बताइए प्लीज इसके बारे में.
प्रेम योग, तो प्रेम योग मुझे बाद में आया जब मैं योगी बन के जिया. योगी जो योग में सदा ही रहे, प्रभु के योग में रहे. तो जब मैं ध्यान योग, भक्ति योग, कर्म योग, ज्ञान योग में जीता रहा एंड मैंने प्रभु से कहा, है ये आस्था मुकम्मल तुम ही हो, जीवन में मेरे और कुछ नहीं हो, कन कन मेरा तुम बस तुम ही हो. फॉलो वन मानू. और कुछ भी आए जगह नहीं हो, मेरे तन मन में मुकम्मल तुम ही हो, बस एक तुम ही हो, बस एक तुम ही हो. तो ये इसलिए मेरा प्रेम योग हो गया. प्रेम योग का मतलब क्या है कि मैं प्रभु को प्यार करने लगा. कैसे प्रभु को प्यार करने लगा? प्रभु धरती पे आए. जब प्रभु धरती पे आते हैं, जब प्रभु एक रूप धारण करते हैं, then this is प्रेम योग. When you start loving the manifestation of God. Prema yoga means the yoga of divine manifestation. मतलब you can love a DOG as a GOD. प्रेम योग का मतलब ये है, प्रभु के प्यार में ऐसा एक नशा है, प्रभु को प्रेम करने में ऐसा मजा है. प्रीतम में जो प्रभु पाता मस्ती में जीता है, प्रेम योग में जीता है, आनंदा में जीता है. प्रेम योग से मिलता निर्वाणा, प्रभु के प्यार में ऐसा एक नशा है. तो प्रभु के प्यार में एक नशा है. प्रीतम में जो प्रभु पाता प्यार उसे करता है, प्रेम योग में जीता और प्रेम योग में मरता है. जो प्रेमी को देवी के रूप में देखे, जो प्रेमी को देवी के रूप में देख सकते हैं, वो प्रेमी योग हो जाता है. वो इट इज नॉट लविंग द स्किन, इट इज लविंग द डिवाइन दैट इज विद इन. समझ गया?
समझ गए.
Shivali Singh, and then Meenakshi is round 2. Shivali is, I think, first time you're asking the question. Shivali Singh, I'm not sure, maybe Manjax, be careful. Be careful. Shivali, Manjax. Yes, Meenakshi Jain. You ready with Shivali? Huh? Because Meenakshi Jain, I'm going to invite back and be ready. Yes, Meenakshi.
Hi, sir. Sir, I just want to know a little more about this attachment from outside and detachment from inside, because in that dog's case, I am like living in family, you cannot be completely detached. If I am living with my husband, if I'm living with my family, if I'm loving my mother, then I do respect the dog as a sip. Obviously, there is a sip in the dog, but from that perspective, like I can be helpful for 10 other dogs who are living outside, who are there are many dogs and there are many multiple things. So the thing is like how to be attached but detached from inside.
That is the formula that Rajendra asked. FHLEP. Thou shall be free. Thou shall be happy. Thou shall love all. So basically, the 10 commandments of detached attachment. उसमें मतलब क्या है? I think you're too paranoid about your कुत्ते dog के बारे में आप बहुत stress हो गए मुझे जैसा लग रहा है. नहीं, अभी कुत्ता है छोड़ो ना. Just like आपके घर में और कोई है, somebody is there in your house. Think the dog is just one more member of the house. That's all. It's after all it's very important to be able to see the soul in the dog. That is a part of the training to spirituality. So don't get too much. Don't talk about attachment, detachment. No, just be compassionate. Just be kind. Just don't be mean or don't think bad about the dog. You don't have to love the dog. You can just, as long as you accept the dog is there, people love the dog, people are playing with the dog. ठीक है ना? Don't get upset about it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Don't worry about. Don't complicate the matter. In a few days, you will start loving the dog. The dog is such a creature; it will love you so much that you will start loving the dog. It's a matter of time.
No, I already have started loving him, but the thing is, extreme love is obviously dangerous for me, na. So,
No, nothing is dangerous. Don't have to be worried about that. With the dog, you don't have to be worried about attachment. Okay, last 1 or 2 questions. Anybody before we close? Sunday, last 2 questions. Anybody? Before we close, you already called one person, Praj or something. Huh? Yes, Dr. Krishnan. We have only one more question after Dr. Krishnan. If anybody wants to ask a question.
Sir, right now my friend is sitting with me. He have a problem that he can't take the decision on the spot. Every time when he come out from that situation, he think that if I take that decision in that moment, that will be best. How can he take the decision on that moment only?
क्या problem है? Decision लेना तो what's the problem in taking the decision?
प्रॉब्लम ये है कि वो वहां पे आने के बाद में ये सोचते हैं कि अगर ये मैंने डिसीजन लिया तो ये मेरा बेस्ट डिसीजन होता, ये डिसीजन में ये बुराई थी वहां पे मैंने लिया, वो उलझन में रहता है.
You teach your friend to move from mind state to consciousness state. देखिए, decision जो लेना है वो एक ही decision लेना है. Either you can eat the cake or you can hold the cake. If you hold the cake, you can't eat the cake. If you eat the cake, you can't hold the cake. You can't eat the cake also and hold the cake also. Decision लेना है मतलब ये या वो.
Yes.
और एक बार ये decision हमने लिया, तो वो decision लेने के बाद we should not regret it. हमने decision हो गया. There is no question of regretting the decision.
Okay, be in consciousness on the time of taking decision.
Yeah,
that is a mantra.
Use intellect. Use intellect to discriminate and take decision.
Okay, mind must not come in the picture at the time of decision making.
If the mind comes, then you will again वही hesitation आएगा ना. Mind आएगा तो वही hesitation आना शुरू हो गया.
Use intellect and be in consciousness.
Correct. That's correct.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Ruthanu, last question. Ruthanu. Will asked. Will, do you want to ask a question? Will? Otherwise, Ruthanu last. Yes, Ruthanu. Shivoham.
Guruji, I wanted to ask when will be today's session be there in Facebook?
Everyday session is there.
No, not this session. Today today.
No. That today was a question answer was a podcast. It will come after a few weeks. It will be released. Today was a live session. It was recorded, and that will be today's. Rumataji came for that session. It will be released after 3 weeks. In our YouTube, it will be released. Thank you, Will. Your last question is Will today.
Hi, Shivam Guruji. Thanks for taking this session. I have a question really about your relationship to the Old Testament. I don't know if you've ever read the Old Testament. The Old Testament. Well, in the Old Testament,
briefly, yeah. But tell me what is in it?
Well, it's actually quite nicely written. But the impression is that in the Old Testament that the God is demanding obedience and from people, and he's also very in some ways he can be very angry with people, and that's the impression of the Old Testament. And I wonder if you've got any experience of that.
God can never be angry with people. This is exactly what you have created in these some religions. There's a duality that God lives in the sky, God is separate, God is supreme being, I am inferior. As long as we do this, we will never realize the kingdom of God that is within. Therefore, it is sometimes very difficult to interpret different scriptures of the same religion. It's very difficult, and therefore we want to use the intellect to discriminate and make a choice from our own mind point of view. So I can't help you very much if you think that why would a God get angry? To me, God is incapable of anger. The whole concept of being God means God is not capable of anger. If one is angry, then one is not God. So this is my understanding of it, Will. But it's a long. You want to ask someone another question? Will I ask you another question?
Yeah, I think I'll have to bring up it separately. It's quite an intricate question, actually.
So bring it up tomorrow. If you like to come a little early tomorrow, so we can take it up in detail. Okay.
I think the main thing is that the Old Testament has a kind of beauty to it, and I think it's my feeling it should be treated with kind of at least respect and so on, and so it needs to be dealt with in I think carefully and so on. I think it would be quite interesting to discuss it with you.
Yeah, bring it forward for discussion, and we'll do it. Unfortunately, we have this feeling very clearly that God is a power, God is a Father, the Spirit, and we do not get therefore there's a lot of conflict if we think of God to be a superior power and we are something else. So it's a big discussion. Today I will take your leave, and we will meet you back tomorrow at 8. We can discuss the same question again. Thank you, with folded hands.